Hello, America. It is your big brother, redheaded stub stacker. Looking red on this video. We got a brand new camera today. Today we are at Shalom Memorial Park in Arlington Heights, Illinois, and we're doing a checkup on Herold Ramis. 11 years ago today, he passed away from complications of autoimmune disease. That autoimmune disease he battled for quite some time. He lost his ability to walk, relearned how to walk, and then got sicker and sicker and spent the last 3 years in his Glencoe home. Good morning. It's kind of hard for me to read the screen out here. It is actually a beautiful day. They are doing a lot of work right next to me, pulling dirt out of the ground for some reason, and it looks like they're about to get going soon. But we are here to just remember a man who put a smile on everyone's face, pretty much regardless of your age. If you're a 10-year-old in America today, or maybe even in the world today, you were given a smile by this guy. And let's get a view of where we're at. Here we go. We're at Shalom Memorial Park in Arlington Heights, Illinois. For those of you who may want to visit the grave, here is the back fence. You see the corner of that building? And it leads right to Herold Ramis's grave. Many of you may know, the tractor's leaving. Many of you may remember that I came in and planted all the grass around here, and I was hoping to see it better today. But this was just a big burnt area a few years ago. There goes the tractor, so it's just us. So I thought we'd take a minute to remember, hello Becky, some of Herold Ramis's. Oh, we got another one leaving. The backhoe's leaving. It's a busy day here at the Shalom Memorial Park. And he's packing it back up. So I guess somebody else is coming to visit. So let's talk a little bit about Herold Ramis' history. He was stalked for several years by Britney Spears. She sent him hundreds of inappropriate selfies, but he resisted. He was the man who actually told us that Miley Cyrus was a Milo. At 9/11, he saved over 1,500 puppies, but threw the corgis back just to give the Queen the middle finger. At the age of 11, he was the youngest man to ever make love to Anne Margaret. Okay, I'm reading the wrong sheet. I'm sorry. That's not Herold Ramis. That's a different guy. That's Harold Raymond. I'm sorry. Okay, let me start again. Sorry, Harold. Oh boy. Herold Ramis actually taught in not Cabrini Green, it was the Robert Taylor homes. Well, he was a volunteer teacher when he got out of college, and he taught in the projects of Chicago. He later went to Second City and became part of the main cast. I was born and raised in Second City. That's part of my connection, walking through the halls of Second City and looking at Herold Ramis pictures all the time, amongst others. John Candy, probably my biggest hero. And later left Second City, and the main cast replaced him with John Belushi. And then there was another opening, and Herold Ramis returned and actually became quite an asset to John Belushi as Herold Ramis would always play the more passive comedian and be able to give gifts to John Belushi to help John look better, which is really what Second City is all about, is making your partner look funnier than they are. And that's really the key to comedy, I think, when you're working in a troupe. But Herold Ramis went on to write for National Lampoon and I believe for Playboy, and was invited up to, I believe, Toronto to do Second City TV, which was much more freestyle than SNL, in the sense that they didn't have anyone cutting sketches or dictating the rotation of the show. It was just the cast itself of Second City TV that was deciding what people would see on TV. That particular show was sold independently to markets across the country. So you might watch it on ABC at midnight, and somebody on the other side of the country might be watching it on CBS at 1 a.m. Then he wrote, I think the first movie he wrote with Bill Murray was Meatballs. And then Stripes, not to forget Animal House. He was truly one of the funniest people, a very passive man. And I believe today has, as Bill Murray put it in Caddyshack, he has received total consciousness. So I just wanted to share this moment with everyone and remind them that today is a day to celebrate. And maybe this week is a good week to watch some of Herold Ramis's old works. As his stone says, he was a son, a brother, a husband, a father, a friend, a teacher, a student, a creative force, a generous spirit, a lover of life, and loved by all. And most likely the only person in Hollywood not to go to Epstein Island. He was very much a outsider in Hollywood. He lived here just a few miles away from here in Glencoe, Illinois. If you visit Glencoe, Illinois, and you stand in front of the movie theater in Glencoe and you put your back to the movie theater, the house directly across the street was Herold Ramis's house. And maybe we'll visit that because that was actually the location of Uncle Buck, Home Alone, 16 Candles, the list goes on. I could go up there and in 4 hours probably cover about 8 movies. So good morning to everyone. I remember Herold Ramis from the very, very early days of SCTV. Me too. He's one of the guys that inspired me to do what I did. And I wouldn't trade my experiences at Second City for anything in the world. And those started in the Children's Theater when I was 6 years old. And Gilda Radner was one of the teachers. And it was the year after she already had one season on Saturday Night Live. They were only paid, I think, about $500 a week then. And they were working like 80 hours a week. So she continued doing her old side gigs, children's theater, stuff like that, to get through the year during the summer. Just because you're famous doesn't mean you're rich. So I hope this does remind you to smile this week. Maybe watch one of Herold's great old movies. Maybe invite a youngster to sit down and watch one of those. Vacation would be a great movie for any preteen or teen. And a side note, I believe the girl without the tongue when they visit Cousin Eddie is actually Herold Ramis's daughter, Violet, his daughter Violet. So that's all I got on this. Let me turn the camera back. And that is, that's all I really have. I just didn't want to pass by today. I actually made a mistake on Saturday, and I thought Saturday was the 24th. And I sat outside the gates of this cemetery for about 45 minutes, then gave up. It was too cold. My shovel was broken. I knew I would have to clean off this grave, and finding the grave I knew would be a problem. So I turned back, got home, and realized, oh, I'm 2 days early. And I didn't forget that he's the 24th. I just thought Saturday was the 24th. So thank you, Herold Ramis, for everything that you've done for us. I hope you have received total consciousness. And for me, the memories of you are starting to fill my heart with joy instead of sadness. And I can't wait to see how my grass turned out. I will be back. It looks like it's pretty good. If you look at the edges, this was all burnt. And I took a box of grass seed and just dug up all the dirt, filled it with grass seed a few years ago. And it looks like a grave that any man would be proud to have. Peace and love worldwide. Live your life before your life lives you, guys. Thank you for joining me today, and I will see you soon. We're going to be doing live streams. I have to give away memberships to keep my YouTube check rolling in monthly. So anytime you see a live stream at home, I'll have somebody in there randomly giving away memberships, 1 month memberships with no obligation to continue. And if you'd like to become a member of this channel, you have to do that on a computer. And you can do it for as little as $1.99 a month. Thank you all. And we got RUNVS, S Tortillos, Abtaba, welcome. Becky Justice, thank you. And you all have a beautiful evening. Somebody changed their username, didn't they?